Hello everyone, welcome back to IELTS with Rashid. Multiple choice questions in listening module can be very frustrating and sometimes they ruin your overall score. I'm going to give you a wonderful foolproof method for dealing with these questions. And after that, these questions will be just like a walk in the park. So let's get going. In this video, we'll see why these questions are so difficult, some essential information about them, what are incorrect options, what are distractors, and some examples, and one very special tip. Okay, so why are these questions so difficult to deal with? Let's see. For you, these or one of these could be the reason. All options seem correct. Yeah, that's frustrating. You don't just get the correct options being stated in the audio, but the wrong ones too. Secondly, to make matters worse, both the question and option statements are sometimes too long and you don't get enough time to read them all before or during the audio. Lastly, the questions and options are paraphrased, which means the words you hear in the audio would be quite different from what you read in the question statements. Let's first check out some essential information about these questions. So here is the essential information about these MCQ questions. There are different types of MCQ questions. First type is when you get separate questions. There will be one question statement with 3 or 4 options. You answer one question and you move to the next one. Other one is a list of statements. You might be asked to choose 2 or maybe 3, and then you have a long list of something like 5 options to choose from. These questions can appear in any section. In section 1 and 2, they are shorter and simpler. In section 3, you will see that they are a bit longer and trickier to handle. You have to write label like A, B, C as answers. Tip number 1 is getting to know what exactly are distractors and how they make your options incorrect. So what options are incorrect and how they are incorrect. So what are the incorrect options? This is the most important one. Think about this. Only one option is correct or 2 are correct. If there are other options in the questions, it is obvious that they must be incorrect. One possibility is that the wrong option may not be mentioned at all, but that's very rare in IELTS. All the options are generally mentioned in the audio, and the wrong ones have distractors in them. The speakers use distracting words to throw you off. So the next tip is about distractors. You might want to bear in mind that there are a lot of distractors in the conversation to lead you to the wrong options. Distractors are very normal in IELTS. Let's look what types of distractors are there. One type is the one where an option is given and then taken away. Like, look at this question. It is related to recent development. Which are the development which are new and modern? Now read the audio script. You see, the woman brings up the point of lightweight material. It has been stated and given. But the second speaker takes it away by saying that most of these issues have been well understood for quite a long time. Quite a long time. This makes this answer crossed out. It's not our answer. It's not recent development. The other type of distractor is the one when the option is mentioned, but it's false according to the question statement. Let's see this example. The question is, what was something that proved fortunate for Cressida? Look at the audio script. Cressida, the speaker says that she went with her senior who was going to have interview of a junior minister. The senior had the interview, not Cressida. The option C does mention about the interview, but it says that Cressida got a chance to interview that person, which means that according to this option statement, it was Cressida who went for the interview, who took the interview? Well, it's not Cressida if we look at the audio. It's her senior. So the option C is false and therefore incorrect. The third type of distractor is once again the option that is mentioned in the audio. It is not false, but it's not relevant to the question. Look at option B. The girl in the audio says that she did spend a lot of time in the editing suite. The same thing has been mentioned in option B. No change. It's absolutely the same thing what the speaker says. But look at the question statement. Our key word is fortunate. Why was she lucky? During the conversation, she says that she unfortunately was stuck in the editing suite for 3 days. Now, this makes the option relevant to the question. It is mentioned in the audio, but that's not what our question is asking. It's totally the opposite. So this option gets crossed out. This is not our answer. Okay, so keep this information in your mind and follow these steps to answer these questions. Step number 1, understand what the question is about. You need to pay close attention to the question statement because its words will guide you to pick and identify the right information from the audio that you need to choose the right option. Look at the first question. It clearly says, choose 2 answers. In the second one, you have to pick one option. Step number 2, look for the key words. Alright, so let's move to the second step. Underline the key words to remind you what the question is about so that you don't get confused. This keyword will also help you understand the trap and the distractor and will keep you on the track to understand and pick the relevant information. And in this first question, our keyword is recent development. And in the second one, fortunate. Why was Cressida fortunate? So we need to understand from the audio what made her lucky. Step number 3, cross out the wrong, irrelevant, or taken away options and choose the right options. Alright, so keep spotting the incorrect options, keep crossing them out, and you will see that you will get closer to your answer. That's useful in another way, and that's our final tip. Even if you don't understand the correct option, crossing out the wrong option will increase your chances of making a correct guess. Let's suppose you clearly understand that option C is definitely not the answer, and you cross it out. Now you have only option A and option B to choose from, which means 50% chance of getting a correct one simply because there are fewer options left. And if you get it that B is also not the correct option, cross it out too. Now you have got only one left. You get it or not, it still will be your correct option. Okay, so now you have got all the tips that you need to answer these questions. Don't forget to do practice. Without practice, there is no way you're going to improve. Theoretically, you understand everything, but unless you put that into practice and get these tips on your fingertips, you won't be able to improve. So that is it for this lesson. This is Rashid, and I'll see you in the next video.